Good morning. Did you know that God is the God of simple things too? I'll talk about that in just a second. As you can probably tell, I am very congested. I don't know whether it's a sinus infection or just a really nasty head cold, but I haven't been this miserable in quite some time. I'm feeling really, really rough. I always have this thing that if my nose is truly stopped up, I find it difficult to breathe, even though I'm breathing enough through my mouth to get the oxygen my body needs. It always seems to be in my head that I'm just not getting enough oxygen. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I'm not really prone to panic attacks, but when both my nostrils are stopped up and I can't breathe, it makes me really think about it seriously. I know last night, very, very late, I could not sleep because every time I laid down, it just made it worse. And so I tried to sit up a while. I sat up till about 11 o'clock, and then I thought, I have got to get some sleep. I have to work the next day. And so I tried laying down. Couldn't sleep. My nose was so stopped up. I mean, epically stopped up. It is this morning, too, just one side, that it was just miserable. And I would get up every 10 minutes and pace around and try to figure out a way. So finally, in my desperation, it's sort of strange, how we decide what we're going to pray for. We all think, well, we should definitely pray for people who have huge diseases or terrible things they must overcome, and we absolutely should. And I know that people don't always overcome things because we don't know what's going on with the will of God. We don't understand it. We live in a world where there's random terrible things that happen, and it's hard to reconcile some of those. But we also live in a world where small things occur, and there's nothing wrong with praying for your dog or your cat or the fact that you have a really stuffy nose. And I'm like, Lord, I need to get some sleep. I can't breathe, and this is really freaking me out. I need to get some sleep. Well, within probably 60 seconds of uttering that prayer, my nostrils opened, and I was able to get about 4 hours sleep. Now, did God do that? I believe so. I'm going to give him the praise for it because nothing was working. I'd tried sprays, I'd tried blowing my nose, I'd tried getting up, walking around, turning from side to side. I'd tried all the sinus draining methods that I knew, like putting pressure on certain points in the nose, and it's just really miserable. I have chronic sinusitis. I'm diagnosed with it. It's just something I deal with. And I uttered my prayer, and for some reason, in God's love and wisdom, he knew my heart, and I feel like he answered that prayer. And I want to give him the praise for that. But my point is, I know some people might be out there and say, well, you really think God caused your nose to get unstopped? Well, you know what? I do, because I think that he looks at all things. I remember as a little boy, my cat got really sick, and I said, prayer after prayer, please God, make Kiki get better. Well, my dad was going to take care of Kiki the next day because the cat was so sick. But because of all a little boy's prayer, I don't even remember this, barely, just remember it, this cat got better just overnight. Now, it's nothing about me, and it's everything about God. And why does God answer some prayers and not others? I don't know. But I do know that when we pray with an earnest heart, one of a few things is going to happen. He's going to answer our prayer. He'll tell us no, and he'll say, you have to endure this for your good and for my will and for what's going on. Or he'll tell us yes, and he'll do something about it. And if we pray for healing, like I've prayed for my poor mother, who deals with dementia and all sorts of health issues, God is not healing her immediately. But God will not just heal us all one day. He'll heal us either immediately, gradually, but he always heals us ultimately. And so, don't feel foolish if you want to pray for something small. Help me with this test. Help me to not cheat on my diet. Help me to be a better pet owner. Help me to be a better stepdad. Help me to be a better husband or wife. Help me to make sure this party for this young person who really needs something special, help me to make sure it comes off well. Help me to do the best job that I can when I'm cleaning something, or help me as I go on a little trip to keep us safe as we travel. You know, our prayers are not always answered the way we want them to, but communicating with God is what is actually key. That gave me more comfort than even getting my breath restored to me, than even getting clear nasal passages, just knowing that God is there. And no matter what happened, that he would never leave me and he would never forsake me. Have a great day. Be kind to each other. See you next time.